and thank you very, very much for accepting our invitation as an expert speaker today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my knowledge on this platform. And I'm really proud that through behalf of People's Education Society College of Engineering, where I did my engineering, uh, the place where I got the knowledge on engineering, based on that, I had experience in 20 years in the engineering concept, what I actually from this college. And today, what I am, some 100% the backbone of this is my college. As we have the topic on renewable energy access in developing communities. First of all, good evening to everyone.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Before you start, we
Yes,
want
sir.
to have introduction of yourself in front of all our participants. So I kindly request Dr. Surekha Munde to please introduce our today's guest.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Good evening once again. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
We are having a very distinguished speaker with us. That is Mr. Manoj Sen. He is going to deliver his lecture on the topic renewable energy and energy access in developing communities. Sorry. It's my privilege to introduce you, sir. Mr. Manoj Sen is currently working as a manager in asset management with expertise in automation, data analytics, and renewable energy expert in Innercon India Limited Agrawal Group, Goa. He did his graduation in electronics engineering and post-graduation diploma in e-business with 20 years. He is having 20 years experience in wind and solar energy in renewable energy industry. He started as an engineer in Innercon India Limited and currently working as a general manager in Agrawal Group. He initially started working in wind energy on post commissioning and that is operations and automation of wind assets to review performance with data analysis for better reliability. He is currently heading and handling wind and solar assets portfolio of 150 megawatt with his teams in projects, operations and analysis, and commercials and finance. He is also handling carbon credits and sustainability solutions from our renewable energy assets. Sir, we are really privileged to have you here. Sir, I request you to start the session.
Thank you, ma'am, for my introduction to this platform. I will share my screen with one presentations where I will like to discuss on our renewable energy assess in these developing communities. May I share the screen?
Please, sir.
Yes, we can.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Does the presentation has been seen over there?
No, we are able to see your screen only, but not a presentation screen.
Yes.
Now it is, the PPT is in front of us. No.
Okay.
Yes.
No?
Yes. No problem.
Okay.
It's,
Yes,
yes.
you can start, sir.
Start.
Yeah. So the topic is on renewable energy access in developing communities. Mainly, it is like empowering people to give the solutions on the sustainable energy. Most of today's world, everybody knows what is renewable energy, but how this energy can utilize more efficiently. That's what I wanted to share over here, my thoughts and the thoughts which I endured in these 20 years while working in this industries with the several communities, be local, regional, or national, or international, from the local community to regional cultural communities to government communities also. So the first thing I will just give like introduction and about the lack of electricity. I I read it somewhere that around 700 plus million worldwide still will lack the access of electricity directly to their home or the place where they stays. Quite natural. Mostly it will be in Africa or South Asia. Uh, like South Asia means it comes to India also. But nowadays the government last 15 years they are improved a lot in electricity, but in various source. As we know, this renewable energy is reliable also and clean energy, which will helpful for us in like in economic growth, educational, health wise, in a village. Uh, Also, it's to helpful, which I experience. And this energy really can change the scenario of the climate, what is affecting right now due to fossil fuels, we can say. I hope I am audible to everyone.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. You are clearly audible.
Yes, this is. So it's. uh, I'll start with my experience. Like in 20 years back, 20, 25 years, though we have learned it or read it about renewable energy like wind, solar, biomass, and everything. But real presentation in this country was very less 20, 25 years back. When I started my working in one production company, there was one another manufacturing plant where they used to make manufacture the blades of the wind turbine. Looking from the outside, I used to think that that was like a helicopter blades they are manufactured or what. Some 25 30 years ago, this I'm saying in India. When I went into deep into that, what exactly they are doing, and whilst knowing that this is a wind energy, what will be the purpose? That was still I was lacking on this. Then the knowledge I got was like in those times the internet or thing was very less. So I tried myself. Let's work on this industry. What is going on, and started in my wind energy or my career. In that, mostly the wind energy are placed in non in remote areas. I can say remote areas in like the uh, villages in rural areas in mountains or in barren lands. Mostly for the easy feasible or the wind potential is higher. And there I saw there are lots of challenges comes. Not only in wind, then same it came to on solar also. But the first challenge I would like to know is this like the current scenario today and past also, past till now. We are still highly dependent on the fossil fuels or traditional biomass. This is like the energy we are getting through which have a polluted or its effects on the climate. The to come out to bring these solutions, we do have the solution, but to implement this solution in very well, drastically or in very deep penetrately is very challenging till today also, because there are lots of gaps like infrastructure gaps uh, in rural areas, like connectivity road to access the sites, to connect those plants, whichever renewable energy plants, to national grid is also challenging. Plus, for all these to come off, you require a huge finance. That is also one of the barriers, because the upfront cost today, might people say that yes, today the uh, renewable energy, particular solar, has become cheaper, but still to make this is still the financial challenge is there, because the main thing in this is the land, and today's land, everybody know what the hot cake it is. Then there is another challenge I have seen is like policies. Particularly policies means government comes in these pictures. There are challenges. How these policies are implemented is also one of the important factor. Why renewable energy? Why it is we talk? Why it is required? One of the good point in this renewable energy is free. The input which we are getting is free, and mainly is like sun, wind, water. I can say where sun can turn into for solar, wind for wind energy, water for hydros, and all these things. Then our biomasses also is there where we can use through renewable sources. We can make a non-polluting system over there. So the first input for this energy we are getting, can say, as a freeway, which is nature gifted and financial hassless, we can say. Second thing, this renewable energy is sustainable, like it's a greenhouse emissions, so there is less pollutions, no effects on the climate. There comes in energy, today's energy we are seeing on grid and off grid also. On grid is like putting into the feeding the power to the grid, and in off grid is like you are using this energy what you have generated used for a self consumptions for your house or your villages or your business unit, whatever, wherever it be in city or in industrial area. There are also nowadays where electricity are not reachable due to various challenges. There, government are coming with the mini grid systems in remote areas, places like Ladakh, you can say, where you will find it that they are making though it's not mini, it is a major grid system through solar, where they can reach the power electricity through remote areas through renewable energy. Another point is like 20 years back, solar cost was very high, which is generally down by now 80%. So that pitching in our country, we are seeing this trend very highly today, thanks to the government's policies and people's awareness on this, that this is so cost benefits for us and also not affecting to the climates. Renewable energy earlier was like a small thing was there, but today it becomes a huge industry where job creations is huge. People are making their career also, which is one of the economic benefits to the local peoples, to the and to the government also. And as I know that, as I told you that renewable energy is really health and environment. It doesn't affect over there. Majorly, I can say wind energy a little bit in forest area. We are not putting it due to the infrastructure to build up for wind energy. You require lots of tree cuttings if we are putting in the hilly areas. But rest, but that is offsetted by other way by using it, putting a deforestation on these things. But solars can be used in this place. It in renewable energy, we have various technologies for use it. Where one of the like technologies like solar, PV, wind, micro, and biogas, or can say biomass. As you know, solar PV is like converts sunlight into electricity, which we can use this for home lighting. Though I wrote as a phone charging, it is not a. This is for small house people. But today's, if you go, then people in schools, in villages, in some big buildings can be used. And now this solar PV is really affordable and can be used. Wind energy are different types, are like small also, and a big plant also comes, which is also a, which mostly finds you will found in India in the coastal region where wind potential is very high, uh, and it has a low operating cost now. Earlier, it is very huge cost used to be implemented, but now the government came with some scheme bidding systems, reverse bidding system where they are making to install big wind farm plants. Wind farm plants is like 50 to 100 numbers of windmills, which can draw the power and use for this national uh, nations any purpose for where electricity is required. Micro hydros are there in some small rivers where rural village where you use for the consistent power, which we can say. Though northern hilly areas, we will find major hydro plants over there. And same comes in biomass, where using local waste materials and through some renewable energy sources, by heating it, we can use this energy also. Somewhere people use batteries for to heat the system and generate the electricity also as an source. There are very successful case studies to renewable energy. See, I will not go in others nation majorly. I will talk about in India. I have seen particular instance in Goa. I'm saying where I'm right now based. There, in Goa, there is 50% of land area in the eastern side are the dense forest, rainforest areas, and they are hilly areas where electricity is still not reaching some many remote villages. And the ultimate solution, some local bodies or organizations or some government schemes where solar solution was really ultimate, where they have installed every house 2 to 3 panels and provided electricity to their home by three to four light systems, and 2 fans were being utilized on it. This is one of the villages in South Goa in Kanpon where I found is how renewable energy was so helpful for them, where electricity has been not reached to them from last 60 years after the liberation of Goa. So through this, not only in their homes, few of the panchayat local body communities installing the schools also and the health centers, the local health center, to get electricity over there. So, there are today's trend in renewable energies. There are various models are there for the implementations, like off grid. I said off grid is like a system where you are generating the electricity through renewable energies, through renewable sources, and storing the power in inverter through inverter to battery systems, and this batteries power is being utilized at the night hours majorly. There are other way like pay as a go solar models, like you you pay it and install on your own. There are communities energy cooperatives like lots of organizations and NGOs, uh, panchayats who are coming with this system where they are implementing majorly solar energy on this part for their villages. Then government are now going for tendering scheme to put the solar and energy on through what I can say, the tendering business to the government buildings, where even the nation, the government of India has came with their policies that to make cost effective and 30% of 30 to 40% of electricity sources through renewable only. And there is another implementation. They are going like public-private partnerships. Public-private partnership is the same. Is the scheme that government are issuing various tenders and schemes like PM Kusum scheme is there for the farmers, where they can install the solar in their own field, and by investing there by own or by doing a partnership with a private company and feed it the power to the nation, and they will pay you. Then there are PM Surya Graha for the residential rooftop schemes are coming, where majorly subsidies also given to so that the implementation become pitching will be very higher and make this country more using the renewable energy sources for this. What will be the impacts socially and economically by using renewable energy is like I just uh, use some simple terms like educations, like students study after darks. There are some places in India, particularly in rural villages, where electricity is not provided, not reach over there. Then through renewable energy like solar light system, where they can put over there, or putting, as I told, off-grid system where they can utilize the sunlight sources through solar panels and store the power, and you can use it at the night times. Some of the healthcares, or you can say the private hospitals, so local hospitals also now they are putting the solar plants to use this power for their refrigeration purpose also. Entrepreneurships, like lots of business and people now, where the cost of power is high, they are going for a captive power. Captive power means a self-generating plant. When they are putting a plant, be a wind energy or solar energy, and that power our generated are fed to the grid and offset it to their bills what they are consume over there. Gender equality, which is I'm telling about the biomass system only, where majorly women spends lots time gathering in firewood. Now there are lots of technology is came is one of the gas is there, solar induction cookers are came over there. Again, what the things are, what we are seeing are very good things are implemented, but there are still barriers are there. One of the barrier is like finance part, like the investment and risk is there. Though I can say this is overcoming out because government is thinking a lot on this part. Second part is the lack of technical expertise. Initially, 20 years back, it was very tough thing was there in this country to get renewable energy expertise, particularly in wind and solar. That is still we are facing it out. Somewhere like knowledge of this renewable energy was not available in starting, where people were not aware what kind of technologies are there in renewable energies and how it can be utilized more of this. Like countries in West, you can see that some many villages they are putting a wind turbine, one or two with having a capacity of 3 to 6 megawatt, and that power they are utilizing for their farming and their for their villages in entire villages over there. Such knowledge, such technology awareness was not aware in our country. Another thing what is we are facing is like the maintenance part, like how the service O&M part of these plants earlier is having a little bit gap over there, but nowadays that is also is overcoming over there due to lot of knowledge sharing is happening over there, and trainings are being implemented by both privately and publicly in this place to get this um, renewable energy more efficiently work out, which is quite naturally um, a natural resources which can be turned for generating electricity and used for utilized for in a more efficient way. There are still we have to look on the solution in better effective way. As I told, microfinancings and pay as you go models is like investment is through financial institutes or by government by uh, people should be very high. Then there is public-private partnership, as I told earlier, that government has came with lots of schemes in like tendering basis in a reverse bidding where major companies or investment investors bid it with the low cost bidding. So to get the cheaper power, the government power is view is that on this part by setting up a public-private partnership with this. There are funds are also there, like major NGOs or international communities are there who are still who are ready to fund to the developing communities or country. We can say the Green Climate Fund is there. There is some German GITS one is there who is interested to fund in this country over there. Local capacity building and training, like local capacities building is like I can say that more is on the training part on this technology how uh, to get the technical expertise to overcome the gap which we are having on this part. For if you see on this future outlook, as we were told that earlier, the cost of solar power, I can say at 20 years back, was 18 rupees per unit. That was the selling cost was being given. I mean, the government used to pay rupees 18 when it was generating the electricity unit through solar. As and the reason behind it for was such power, the cost was the solar system parts was very high. Majorly, the panels was too huge cost, and we were not having manufacturing plants in this country. Mostly, this was majorly what dependent on the abroad. Is this is particularly in China, but now as we have seen, can say lots of manufacturers there. Uh, Raw materials are easily available here. There are good technology solution came on battery part, and that we are seeing the rapid cost decline where I was talking about rupees 18 per unit for solar electricity generated in daytime. In today current man, daytime generated electricity averagely it is like around 2 rupees two rupees 50 paisa I can say, and with battery storage, particularly what was that if you are putting battery, it will become a double cost. So if I'm saying like 18 rupees was a energy generated through solar energy in day hours, and with battery it would have gone to the 36 rupees. But today with battery energy solution, it is coming around 3 to 4 rupees also. If you see some of the newses where you can see that government gone for the reverse bidding where the solar with battery storage coming on the bidded price on 3 to 4 rupees. So the technologies and the ability of raw materials are so effective in this country that we are having a very rapid cost decline, which is a good future outlook. I can say that energy produced through renewable energy will be more effective rather than going to, depending on the fossil fuels generation electricity. Another thing is not only generating the power, it's also to look on the part on the analysis particularly doing on the digital tools where it is very much effective. I can say that like analysis of the how the power has been use, and that power should be consumed or it should be flow in which in national nation grid in which particular region more. That is also been implemented called as smart grids. As the country is more dependent country is more the nation's population are youth populations, and also many companies or local communities are driving the youths and even women to lead this innovation in this clean energy, like particular when I started in career in wind energy in the side majorly it was like young guys used to work on this. Now that trend has been changed. We will also find expertise in renewable energy. Many women are also working on the field and very interested on this clean energy on this path. Global push is there to give the affordable and clean energy on these things. There are lots of climate commitments by every countries are giving over here. India has also had committed in the for this to get affordable and clean energy, and majorly by 2030 we should have to strengthen our system first, where local system like not only it is duty of a central government to look on this thing, even the local state government, the local institutions, and should work on this part. What are the policies should be supported? What the new it is coming on the renewable energy part also. As I know that government is totally not is not in that interested to investment more through their funding. They are going for more privatization sector on this part, and we should encourage on this part that there are major big private companies who are putting a world largest wind and solar park in India, and that encouragement is happening through the bidding system where the government are using their barren lands which are none of the use to effect those places to make to bring this renewable energy more effective way on this part. The nations is also planning for getting this renewable energy with the separate grid lines to integrate it like that. The current grid system which we are having is the mix of all type of energy, be polluted, non-polluted, conventional, non-conventional. Now government is planning in this part to integrate this whatever the power generated through renewable sources should have a separate or dedicated line. Particular some regions they are working out like in Rajasthan, Gujarat, where those energy is directly used in effective way and not wasted on this part. Like wind energy is big plants, you can't have such big storage, battery storage over there. So when it is generated, it should be effectively used and not be wasted. So the government is coming in this plan to that whatever the generated electricity should be consumed 100% not wasted. So dedicated lines are being planned to be implemented. Are planning to implement it from majorly the big parks which we have seen in Rajasthan or Gujarat, where they are putting this power to the national grid on this part. One thing is like access to clean energy is just a technical issue. It's a matter of equality and opportunity. what this means is like it's not, don't look this clean energy like just as a technological solution. It's really one of the good resources, from natural we are converting electricity which is pure and not damaging the climate, and those resources should be used in a better way by to transform the lives of day-to-day lives and in the business lives, and all should be come into collaboration like governments, NGOs, communities like uh, local communities in villages or schools, business plans. People should think it that way. When you are having a land or your places where we can put and self-sustain by own, such way we should do the work that we can get this energy through effective way. So this is the one of the my a small presentation on this part, that how we can use this energy for betterment to our communities. Is there anything means in this presentation anybody has some to um, ask me like where it found didn't found it like hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Participants, if you have any question, please ask.
If not, then can I ask something on this part?
Yes, sir. What did you say?
Yeah. Now, I was saying that to the participants, how much on a real-time basis, the, you have seen this renewable energy is very effective in our day-to-day life or into our communities. As we know that today we are getting electricity majorly in this country, the electrification is going very effective manner. But to get this also it requires lots of efforts and so on, but the efforts which you are putting also affecting the climate also. So this renewable energy is the perfect
Chaudhary?
normal. Some places when it starts power in a very haphazard manner, it was raining over there, and this is due to the climate changes. And major contribution, there are lots of polluting places are there where it due to this the climate disease. One of the is generating the electricity through fossil fuel basis. So to cover communities, this is the renewable energy is one of the best solutions, where I have seen lots of cost saving benefits has been happened. Whoever be a domestic, means domestic in the household also, or being for a enterprises who is having his factories or a big offices, he will find that renewable is one of the ultimate solution also, and it is a cost benefit to them also.
Yes, yes. Now the question is, frankly speaking, why developing countries are not in a position to sustain the sustainability. Why this is so? What did you, can you see, means throw some light upon it? Why developing countries are not in a position to sustain the sustainability criteria and all those things? What are the reasons behind that? What do you think?
See, there are various factors. Is one of this I told you. This is one is like the framework should be make such a way like it should be the framework should be like cover everything like economically also and social well-being also and environmental base also. Like somewhere I have seen that government do have some framework to bring this bring away, but there are then certain bodies who are less interested or bring the barriers also. One of this is in this country which I'm seeing one of the thing. Somewhere I can say like people are still not totally aware about the how to protect the environment.
Right.
Like I'm getting electricity, okay, getting how, well, you should be understand what much it is burning over there to get you this such electricity. Why don't we go for the some resources which are non-polluting and not affecting climate? That power should be used. Should be like now. Last 10 years, government is compulsory making to their infrastructures, like infrastructure, their offices and big companies to go for these renewable obligations, that you should use your factories or your businesses or your offices through renewable energy to cost down the also and plus to protect the environment also. One of the thing is that like the framework should be made in a such way, the planning should be made in a such way that it should look everything and integrate economically wise, socially wise, and environmental wise. All the objective should be tick mark. Then only it can sustain in the sustain.
Okay, means, do you mean to say that the developing countries are actually very far away from, you mean, I mean,
Yeah, it's
to get
we
the
are still far away.
yeah, to get the challenges related to the energy access, is it so? Is it so? And what is
Yes.
the reason behind that? Why this is, it's, too many years are having gone already, but we are far behind in understanding the energy access challenges.
See, one of the thing the far beyond reason is the implementations of the schemes were very late, I can say.
Okay.
Now we are hearing a lot of things like Surya Ghara Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Kusum Yojana. In Maharashtra state, you will see the Krishi Maharashtra's Krishi Yojana is there going on.
Okay.
Why these schemes are there now? The government or the people are awareness this is the one of the natural resources where we can get this power, uh, use this natural resource and get the power and so, make the environmental protection also and make it so economical, because the things what is required for this are now more cheaper than 20 years back.
Okay.
But somewhere some also there some, I can say, like resistance to change also, like some bodies comes over there to bring the body barriers that we have invested earlier. I'll let me being very straight on this part that uh, like some investment which we have done for the fossil fuels, that cost are still those bodies are still bringing barriers also this part, I can say.
Okay. Any question from
Another
Yeah. Please continue, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Another
There are slides.
lack of knowledge was having. I'm not saying, but it came very slow.
There are certain interruptions in your voice actually.
Can I hear? Can I say hello?
Yeah. Now it is.
Yeah, okay. Like earlier, when this renewable sources when it was implementing in India, there was government had not found direct investment on this. That time in the country was not having financially so stronger to implement their own investments, and neither the public was less interested due to lack of knowledge on this. Plus, the technical expertise in local was very less those times. We have started bringing uh, earlier peoples to work on where they were in electricities in electrical field only, but not in the renewable energy field. Then government initially brought big schemes for this to attract major companies who are making polluting uh, products like cements, I can say mining people. Those people, government reached to them that uh, as you are doing these things, business over here in this country, why don't you do some investment in this renewable energy by giving some schemes which will be financially, we are giving some depreciation on your business part also, and our target to achieve more on sustainable development, we can start our goals on this part. That way we started in this. So the financially was we were lacking, knowledge we were lacking, and expertise and tools and parts was not lacking. Majorly like wind energy, we were dependent on this west because Europe was very big in on wind energy particularly. Then in China was major player in solar. That all was not we were having in this India. But last 20 years, when things started progressing, the connectivities first was the for wind energy was that is the infrastructure was not ready. Like to we were having big sites, potential sites where we can put wind plants, but the road connectivity was not good to take the blades over there. Leave the uh, things, even the trucks or trailers were not so big enough 20-25 years to bring the huge turbine blades to these places.
Yeah.
Then these were worked out. Some of the state were worked out in special way, like Gujarat is one of the state who worked out majorly that they were having the north west area dry lands were there. How to utilize this from last 25 years, I can say 25-30 years, I can say from 94 they started putting in 90s, I can say they started the first windmill wind plant of installed over there. From there they started how to overcome the barriers from the infrastructure. Today we are seeing very giant parks over there, be a solar or a wind over there. So improvement, uh, we started effectively, but very initially started very slow. Now it is very effectively going on.
Yeah.
Plus, government there are schemes. Not only I'm talking about wind, solar is also there. There are also in bio biogas. Some schemes are there. We can put over there tender base or by village base also, or Then there are solar cookers or inductions are came now, where government like in this local in this state in Goa, they are creating the awareness that use this solar gas stoves are coming out this, which is very effective, and the wood burn will be less on this part.
Yes, thank you, sir.